Hola, mi gente. Welcome back to Cat and Too Many Books. I'm Kat, and today I am going to be talking about the books that I am unhauling. I've been trying to reorganize all of my shelves because it's kind of insane how many books I have. There's a lot. And then there's just some I don't really feel like reading anymore. Some I've replaced with other things. So I'm giving away a good number of them. I haven't counted how many. Maybe I'll count at the end of this. 2 full bags. I also have a clip that I'm going to insert in just a second that I took yesterday when I went to do the book get together that Krista from Books and Jams put together. Went up to Raleigh and met a bunch of other booktubers and we had a great time. I took some books up there for the book exchange. So I have a clip that I'm going to add to this in just a second that shows you the books that I took with me to the book exchange. So let me go ahead and roll that clip. Okay, so this clip is a bit rushed clip. So I'm doing this hauling books type of thing because I've unhauled quite a few and I want to talk about them, like I've said. But I'm actually doing something today where I'm doing like a book exchange with a bunch of wonderful book people, some of them on BookTube, that I'm doing today. And I realized, oh, I'm taking some of the books that I'm unhauling, obviously, to this book exchange. So I wanted to just show which books I'm taking to the book exchange. So let me do this before I do my actual other clip of the other books that I'm unhauling. So, okay. So hopefully I can find homes for all of these books. So I am going to unhaul Nevermore, The Tales of Morgan Crow, and the sequel, Wondersmith, The Calling of Morgan Crow. I'm not unhauling these because I don't love this. I actually really like this series a lot. I've only read the first one, which is terrible. So I'm excited to read the second one. But I got gifted them in hardcover form by a friend who didn't want to read them anymore. So I got the hardcover, so I figured I could just give the paperbacks away. So I'm unhauling those. I'm unhauling The Counselors by Jessica Goodman. It was like a 3-star, I think, or something when I gave it. It wasn't bad. It was just a fine thriller. So on it goes. I am unhauling Moxie by Jennifer Matthew. I never read this and I just didn't feel like it anymore. It's a young adult book about a young teenage girl in high school who I think writes something for the local paper, and it becomes like a big deal and she's like fighting for rights and stuff, which sounds great, but I feel like this is a bit young for me. Next, I'm going to pass on The Antique Hunter's Guide to Murder by C.L. Miller. I DNF'd this. The writing style just wasn't for me. I'm sure somebody else will enjoy it. And last but not least, I'm going to be passing on The Chestnut Man by Søren Zivtrup, which I think is like a Nordic thriller type of deal. I don't know if it's translated. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's a Nordic like murder mystery thriller type of situation. I never just like didn't really feel like reading it. Didn't like want to, so I'm going to pass it on to somebody else that may enjoy it. So yeah, those are the books that I'm going to be giving in the book exchange. I wanted to do a really quick clip about that before I left, which I will be doing in about 5 minutes. Okay, back to me. Realized as I was leaving, there was one more. I'm unhauling this version of Emma by Jane Austen because I had, for Christmas, was given a beautiful, like, beautiful cover collection of Jane Austen. So I want to pass this on. Okay, now back to me. Now that that's done, I'm going to continue. There are some more books that I'm going to be giving away, either to the little free library or Friends of the Library for my local library as well, because we should be donating to our libraries, especially nowadays, since their funding for libraries are awful under this particular administration that we live in. So it'd be great to help out their library. So I might take some of these to the Friends of the Library just to kind of donate. Anyway, all right. Let me go ahead and get started. You saw that clip from before, so let me go on with the rest of these. Ooh, almost fell down. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of go through them pretty quickly. I'll maybe mention why, or I'm giving them away, or whatever. All right, so the first one I'm doing is The Order of the Odd Fish by James Kennedy. I've had this for a long time. I haven't really read it. It is about a boy and his friend who are attacked one night at like a party, and then they're giving an invitation to a thing called like the Order of the Odd Fish, where there's like a collection of knights that research like information that's not really relevant or something. And there's like two big bads and they have to fight them and blah blah blah. I kind of wanted to read it a long time ago. I'm not really into it right now. If I want to read it at any point, I'll try to get it again. But this cover is magnificent. I do think this is a cool cover. I wonder if this is one that I should see if somebody wants to buy it on Panto, but okay, that one's going out. Next one is 5 to 1 by Holly Bodger. I read this quite a while back. How did I explain it? So, okay, it's set in the future, 2054. India's a ratio of 5 boys for every girl, making women an incredible, valuable commodity. So the women they're tired of wedding their daughters to the highest bidder, so they formed the country of Koyanagar, and they've instituted a series of tests so that every boy has the chance to win a wife. So it's about a girl that doesn't want to be a wife and a boy, Kiran, forced to compete to become a husband. And yeah, it's just about the competition and how the two of them are very reluctant to be involved in any of this. It was good. I think I maybe gave it 3.5 stars or something. It was not bad. Good YA. I'm just not one particular one to keep. I'm passing this Slade House by David Mitchell. I actually love this, but I have a copy of it that I love more, so I'm gonna pass this copy along. Godmother by Caroline Trujian. It's kind of a retelling, but not really. It's more about Cinderella's godmother who didn't do the right thing and she's being punished, and I don't know, it just didn't, like, I read the synopsis and it didn't sing to me anymore. I thought maybe I'd like it, and then I read it and I said I don't think I would, so not interested. Passing it to someone else who might like it. I'm also going to pass along Color Me In by Natasha Diaz. I read this a while ago. It's a young adult novel. It's a book of the month one that I have. I may also put this one up for sale at Panto or something. I'm sorry, I just spaced out. It's about, I think it's 2 cousins, and a girl who is mixed race, and just how she doesn't fit into any world, and just like her struggles with it, and she and her mother moved closer to her mother's family, I think it is, and she starts to sort of find herself a little bit more. It was a good book. I think I gave it 3.5 stars, and it's not something I necessarily want to keep, so I'm gonna pass it on to somebody else who might enjoy it more. I'm going to pass on this copy of The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I haven't read this yet. Well, I know, but I actually have a paper copy of it, like a paperback copy, which I want more just because it's a lot easier for me to fit into my bookshelves. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably pass on this hard copy if I don't find a place to sell it. I have an illustrated version of Moby Dick by Herman Melville. It's very small. It's actually for kids, but I'm not allowed to have this in my classroom anymore because of that word. So I'm taking it out, and I'm going to just, again, pass it on to someone else. Scared Scriptless by Alison Sweeney. Alison Sweeney is a daytime soap opera actress who I followed for many years when I watched the soap opera she was on. She wrote this a while ago. It is based on like daytime television, so it's like from experiences, whatever. It's a fictional story, I guess. And I think it's a murder mystery or something too. But I just not really interested in it anymore. I have a much better version of this. My dog got to this, if you could see that. Look at that. He's terrible sometimes. Love him, but Sawyer sometimes just really likes books sometimes. So the BFG by Roald Dahl. That's not how you say his name. I'm pretty sure you say it a different way. But anyway, I have a nicer copy of it. So Interworld by this particular author and Michael Reeves. I no longer want to read anything more from this particular author, so I'm not going to continue in the series. And it was okay. It was middling, really. So Rogue Protocol by Martha Wells. I'm going to probably maybe sell this one. It's a much better one. I might sell it somewhere. But I for Christmas, I had a friend who gave me the full, like the first 4 novels in a little, like, you know, box set. So I already have this now. So passing it on. Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. I wanted to read this for a while, and then I've kind of fallen out of it. I feel like if I really want to read it, I maybe get it from the library or something. I just have no real interest in it. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I am passing this on because, again, for Christmas, I had friends who got me the entire Jane Austen collection in like these like nice, soft, like beautiful covers, designed all matchy. And they're like probably my favorite covers I've ever seen of them so far. So I decided to pass on this copy. Same with this. I have Lady Susan in that like nice copy. And so I'm going to move this along for somebody else. All right, continuing on. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, so I have a collection here. So these are all Shakespeare. And again, for Christmas or my birthday? Maybe my birthday this time. Yeah, I think for my birthday, a friend of mine got me a really nice binded collection, Shakespeare collection with, you know, the romances, the histories, and then the dramas. And so I don't need these anymore, so I'm passing them on. I had William Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, or What You Will. I had Macbeth. This is a really old one, and this one is interesting because I think it's annotated a little bit. I didn't annotate it. I don't think I did. Oh my gosh, I might have. Wait, I might be changing my mind. I think this might be my high school copy. This might be my high school copy. This is my writing. Is this my writing? I feel like I might have done this. Oh. I wrote a lot of things in here. Interesting, interesting. Oh no, this wasn't me. Passing this on. Romeo and Juliet and West Side Story in one binding, because basically the same story, right? Retellings. And then Shakespeare's comedies of romances. So I now have a different collection of this. Next, I have Ruined by Amy Tintira. This is a young adult novel about a girl who is trying to avenge her family and falling in love with the prince that she's avenging against, I believe. And like, there's a bunch of stuff. First book was okay. I liked it well, but it's been years since I read this, and I've never bothered to pick up the rest of the series. So away it goes. So this was the second in that particular series from that author, The Silver Dream, that particular author, and Michael Reeves. And I will not be saying that author's name. And so since I'm no longer really interested, I'm going to go ahead and pass this on in case anybody else is interested. Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. Is it Gillian or Gillian? Again, another one that I was kind of interested in reading, but I've kind of fallen off that I don't really want to read it anymore. And if I do, maybe I'll just take it out from the library. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it on. 100 Healthy Recipes, Healthy Drinks, Delicious Recipes for Body and Mind by Anne McIntyre. This was not mine. This was my mom's. She had like the juicers and things like that, and she really liked those. I don't do that, so I figured I can pass it on to somebody that would benefit from it. I've had these books for a really long time. I'm kind of almost sad in passing them on, but I really have no intention of ever reading them again. So they're just kind of holding on space. And I don't really read this type of book anymore. When I was much younger, I read a lot of like romantic thrillers and romances or romantic mysteries or whatever. So I still have a lot of them in paperback form, in sort of like trade back even form. So, but I don't think I'll ever read these again. So, I have The Holder by Jane Ann Krentz. Of all of the romance writers I've ever read, she was the one I liked the most. She's very formulaic, but it was like comforting reading her stuff. So I would never not pick up any more of her stuff. But I'm just, again, not going to be reading it. But this is a fun cover, isn't it? And then the next one was Jane Ann Krantz's Deep Waters. I think I really like both of these a lot. I don't remember what they're about, so because it was so long ago. But so I figured I might just pass them on to somebody else that would really enjoy these. Next I have Flashfire by TJ Klune. I might go ahead and also put this one up for sale somewhere because I think this might still be popular. I read the beginning or so of this and I hated the writing. I generally, the parts where like it's a fan fiction, because it's about a fan fiction writer and then like his superhero boyfriend, and then he writes fan fiction about them. And that's weird. But the fan fiction itself was so terribly written. I hated it, and I just didn't like the vibes of this. And that surprised me because I actually do like TJ Klune's writing, I think. I liked at least some of his writing. And I didn't like this at all, so passing it on. Just like the other one, On the Come Up by Angie Thomas, I have a paperback version of this, so I thought I'd pass on the hardcover. It just makes it easier to store and easier for me to hold when reading. I have two more. And both of these are T.L. Hugh, The Library of the Dead and The Mystery at Dunvegan Castle. I actually love this series, but I already have a copy of this. I went to the library and I thought this was the second book in the series, so I bought it because I was excited because the first book in the series I have is also this type of sort of like paperback. And I was like, oh great, I'll get that. And then no, I already had this one. I'm looking for the second one. And then I also saw this on Book Outlet and was excited and didn't realize it was the hardcover version. And I was like, oh. So these two I might sell as well. But yeah, I want the paperback. I want the paperback editions because I want them to all go together and look good. So selling this, moving it along, giving it away, gonna do something with it. That was it. That's all for all of the ones that I'm going to be passing along to other people. I think, right? Yes. Just making sure I don't have any more. Yes. So, oh, I should count those. Hold on. I think it's 28 books. So, oh, wait. Plus what? I gave away 7 yesterday. Maybe like 35 books total. I think like about 35 books or so. So that's pretty good. Getting them all off my shelves. Making some room for other books that I really want to read. And bringing down this TBR that I have, which is incredibly huge. So yeah, that's it. That's all that my book haul had. So that's it. Those are all the books I'm going to give away, or maybe sell. It'll depend. If you want to like, subscribe, comment, that helps the channel. You can leave me just a little like, what are you going to do? A little money symbol with a book. I don't know. A little heart. I'll take a little heart. Sending love to you. Send love back. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for spending your time here. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.